Okay, so this is the second video for Tuesday, and this video is a response to the YouTube Pagan Challenge. It's broken up in weeks. I don't know how many weeks there are. So far, I've only been able to find four. So the first one we're going to do is How Did I Find My Path? Welcome back. Uh, so, how I found my path. Well, I grew up in a family that allowed me to go to different churches and go to different services and gatherings and whatever. Mom was a Wiccan. My father is Catholic. My stepfather, which is a girl, by the way, for anyone who cares, uh, she was Christian to a point. Um, Most of my grandparents are Christian or Catholic of some sort. My sister was sent to her first. I don't remember what that's called, so don't quote me on that because I had known next to nothing about Catholic anymore because I didn't agree with it. But the reason I stuck with the Wiccan version because my mother used to take me to gatherings and coven meetings, and so after studying all this different religions growing up and all that, I stuck with Wiccan because of one line. And it harm none, do as you will. To me, that kind of explains to me that harm nobody, including yourself. And to me, that makes a good person, whether or not you want to hurt somebody or whether or not you don't. Now, I can't say that I'm a good person. I've screwed things up, I've done things I shouldn't have. But then again, nobody's perfect. And I once in a while have thoughts of hurting people or just going off on random people. But again, that line always goes through my head, and I know better than to do it. And that's what I believe in. I believe in loving your gods, and I believe in gods that aren't perfect, that don't claim to be perfect, that don't claim to do one thing and then turn around and do another. Like the Christian God claims that, oh, you shouldn't kill, but he turns around and kills like whole for fucking cities or a whole fucking world. Excuse my cussing. But that's fine for other people to believe in that, like Christian point of view. And I am all for people believing in that. But as me as a person, it I couldn't agree with it because one, the Bible contradicts itself, and my gods don't lie. Like they don't go around saying, "Oh, well, I'm a perfect god and I love everybody." And yet I'm going to turn around and kill these people. No, my gods don't do that. What they say is, "Oh, well, we style ourselves after humans. We're not perfect. We have tempers, we have love, we have mercy, we have all this other stuff. We're not perfect and we're just like you." So that tells me that, oh, well, don't piss off my God because, yeah, they're styled after us, which means they have a temper. And not entirely sure what that temper entails, but still at the same time, I'd rather follow a God that's styled after us versus one that says it's perfect and says it's all loving and won't hurt anybody, or gives you the role of don't kill, but he turns around and kills himself. So that kind of contradicts itself. Now, I officially started practicing when I was 12. I had just moved to Indiana, and so I was just starting to find my path. The first path that actually came to me was Celtic because at the time I was researching family, and it came up that, oh, I am mostly Irish. Okay, I can deal with that. Now, granted, I am mostly Irish and mostly German. Like, I also have French and Scottish and all those other things, but it's mostly German and Irish. And the next path that called to me was Egyptian because I had a morbid fascination with it. Everything to do about it, I looked it up. Anything that was bad about it, I looked it up. All the gods, I had them memorized. I don't anymore because I've already found the god that I worship, but I have them written down somewhere in my book of shadows. And to me, that was the perfect religion for me because everything was opening up. My feelings towards it, the way that I thought made perfect sense for the way that that religion worked. Don't harm anybody, love yourself, know yourself, don't do anything that's going to harm anybody, don't take away free will, um, don't conjure things you shouldn't. Um, so, while those are ground rules, they don't expect you to take it as law, like Christianity and like Catholicism. Yeah, Catholics do. How about that? Apparently, I can't speak today. But so that was essentially how I found my path. I grew up in it. My mother was Wiccan, as I told you earlier. So I grew up with the understanding that there's magic everywhere and nature can talk to you, animals can talk to you, maybe not in the same way that we all think, like English and certain other languages. No, like the way that they look at you, the way that they do things, the way that they move, though that's a form of language and that talks to you, or the way the wind moves, or the way trees move, all that is basically the earth talking to you or animals talking to you. And I was never my parents never deluded me or deluded themselves into thinking, oh, well, I follow this path, so my child has to follow what I have or what I believe in. No, they were more of open minded. Oh, well, make your own path, follow your own path, and we'll accept you no matter what path you choose. And so far, they've been pretty good on that. Now, granted, my mother's been trying to convert me over the years because she went from being Wiccan to Christian, but so far she's been somewhat understanding that this is the path I'm in, and that's never going to change because to me it is perfect. It is everything that I've wanted. All understanding, free will, do what you want, but don't harm anybody. And also, it totally takes out the whole concept of the devil because I don't believe in the devil. And I don't believe in just one God. But I do believe in my own version of heaven and hell, just not the same version that the Christians say that it is. And to me, paganism, Wiccan, whatever you want to call it, took the devil out of the equation. And I didn't have to worry about him. I didn't have to worry about what his name was or if he was really real because to me he's not real. And so that paganism, Wiccan, helped me with that by letting me believe, oh, well, I'm not the only person who believes that he's not real or says he's not real, so I don't have to follow everyone else's opinion, and I can go with the lesser group that says he doesn't. And to me, that is wonderful. I have grown up in a life that, in a family that says don't follow the beaten path, follow your own path. And Wiccan is that path for me. I'm allowed to pray to my gods, to make magic, to do what I need it to do, and I can direct all my energy into something good instead of locking away what I believe in simply because my family doesn't approve of it. I've never had that problem. But to those that have, I feel extremely sorry for you because I know that I don't understand what that feels like. And I'm pretty sure it's heartbreaking for you because you have to hide it all away. And I wish that and pray to all my gods that some families out there would be understanding and not as condescending as some people I've met that are like, oh, well, if you follow this, you must be a devil worshiper, or oh, if you do this, then you must be evil, or a dark witch, a black witch, dark magic, whatever. I don't associate myself with that. My path does not revolve around dark and white, or black and white, or whatever. Mine revolves around the fact what you send out defines what it is. So if I send out evil intentions, I would be essentially called an evil witch. But because of the energy I sent out, and it would come back on me as 3 times worse is what I believe. So, but if I send out good intentions, then I wouldn't be considered an evil witch. I'd be considered a good witch. So, it's all about what you send out. And that's why I like Wiccan, the religion, so much better than Christianity because they don't go off that. They go off this crap. Oh, you have to follow these 10 commandments. And if you don't, you go to hell. Or if you do this, you go to hell. Or if you do that, you go to hell. Eh. I don't believe in that condemning crap. If you're going to go to hell, how do you know you're not already in it? First off, I'm of a frame of mind that you're punished during your lifetime, not after you die. So, who knows? But I hope that explains some of what and some of how I got into my path. If it doesn't, ask me any question that you wish and I will answer it. So I will see you guys next time. Please like and subscribe.